Hey guys, so I've been just been watching a video by a friend of mine, and it was all about how he'd basically had a tendency to just completely trash anything that he'd done. Um, for example, his example was when he went on a run this morning. So he's been trying to run for a little while, and has not been quite as successful as he would have liked. He hasn't actually managed to get out for a run, and so on and so forth. And so this morning he got out on his run, and he went for a run, and he did really, really well. Got further than he managed to. And at the end of his run, he was thinking to himself, well, if I can just get that little bit further, that'll be my success, right? And so he then stopped and thought to himself, well, I've had a really good run, and it doesn't actually matter whether I get to that 1% at the end, because I've had a great run. And so he stopped, and he didn't continue to the end, because he realized he had that pattern going in himself, right? So how he described it was the 99%. So he did 99% of that run really, really well. He did a great job. Was really impressed. It was really a 399% run because he did so well, because he did far, far better than he expected. But if he had if he had got to that point and stopped, it's almost like it would, that 1%, he would have trashed everything. He would have said, do you know what? I didn't get to the end. I just stopped, and he would have been down on himself. So it made me think about just how many times I've done that in my own life. And for the sake of perfection, for the sake of everything's got to be perfect, it was almost, for me, it felt like there's definitely a pattern. There's definitely patterns going on for me with regard to that. And my pattern was everything has to be perfect. You have to be a natural at things. If you are a natural at things, you can do them first time round without practicing or doing anything. Or do you know what I mean? Like some sort of anomaly. And that was my vision of that. There wasn't another perception of it, and that was due to my past and what I went through as a child. I had a lot of frustration as a child, and I just, there was a batch of different things that I just thought was stupid if I couldn't get it right. I quite often had to go at teachers because I couldn't get stuff right. And I didn't realise that the learning process is what everyone goes through. There's not a single person that doesn't go through the learning process. And I had this tendency to, and still do actually, as a matter of fact. And as a matter of fact, it matches in perfectly with what I was talking about with my guitar and everything else in, I think it was yesterday's video, or one of the videos. And that was exactly the thing that happened to me. There was almost this expectation that I should be able to do this like a natural reflex, even though I haven't practiced it. And so it's a weird kind of thing. It was a way of stopping myself from doing it, or a way of stopping, because I couldn't, I didn't feel like I could receive any, not gratification, but praise for what I was doing. And so it's like a self-cycle, a self-pattern that was going on. So it's really interesting. I'm finding this really interesting because it's such a strong pattern, or has been such a strong pattern in myself, and still does come up. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out now that this awareness is there. And I think it's just a message to say that, because I know this is an issue for a lot of people, as well as regarding to wanting everything now, wanting to do this now and do that now. Again, it's like, I didn't realise it was about the journey. It's about the journey that you take. It's not about having the end result. And again, it's another perfect example of, nothing's ever really an end result. It's not an end game. This is life we're talking about. And we get to enjoy the experience, or we get to have a miserable experience. So, so don't quash your 99% of excellent work, or even 59% or 60% or whatever the percentage is. Don't quash it, because at the end of the day, if you get out and do something and you achieve something, no matter how small that is, it's still an achievement. It's much bigger achievement than if you just sat at home and not done anything at all. And that's not even bad in a sense, because there's even an achievement value if maybe you can get ready the first day and then you don't go out for a run or whatever it is. So so don't quash your efforts. Something that I've done a lot in my life. And so that's today's video, guys, and we'll speak to you very soon.